Now, despite those ideas, we know that sometimes it's easy to feel sad on Valentine's Day, especially if you're single or recently lost your partner. So joining us now to talk more about how to get through that is mental health expert Shantala Boss. Good to see you, Shantala.
You too.
And happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
While we have been celebrating it and talking so much about it, it really can be a triggering day for people where they feel these strong emotions, feelings of loneliness, or even depression, and even a little bit of PTSD for people. What are you advising as you've been talking to people?
Well, Valentine's Day, just like any other holiday, can definitely trigger some emotions that I think we are often not aware of.
Yeah.
Sometimes subconsciously we're thinking about things, someone we lost, someone we love, and we don't realize we're doing it, and then we get caught up and we start feeling sad. This happens even with people who are in a relationship or singles. Anyone can feel that. It doesn't have to be a love interest. It could be a family member. It could be someone you have special memories of spending Valentine's Day with as a child. So it's really important that we note that. I think a lot of times people kind of foo-foo Valentine's Day, like, oh, it's kind of
a Hallmark holiday. Right.
But it really can affect people, and it's not trivial that that happens.
And so, as you mentioned, people feel this loneliness and it's triggering. Any advice for us today? How can we sort of work through this?
Well, one thing I think is really important is to try to reframe the holiday.
Yeah.
The holiday, is set on whatever, like you said, Hallmark, or we mentioned earlier, love languages. So a lot of times it's gifts or hearts or sparkly flowers, chocolates, and that's the expectation. But a lot of times people express love in totally different ways.
Sure.
So we need to think outside the box and realize that it doesn't have to be exactly what we're seeing in front of us. Stop the comparisons and reframe it. And that's difficult because usually we see all these things in front of us right after Christmas and think the expectation's there.
Yeah. And I think that's a really good thing is sort of, you have to know sort of what that is that speaks love to you, where gifts just don't do it for me. Like, I love them. Like, don't get me wrong, but I'm a quality time person. So that's how I know you care about me, is when I'm spending that quality time, and it's with the kids, it's with my wife, all that stuff. So if we see somebody that's struggling, or maybe we're concerned for a friend or family member, what can we do to help them?
Well, reach out. I think noting that this can be a tough time, help becoming self-aware in our own selves of some of the things that we're dealing with, even if it has nothing to do with Valentine's Day. The day brings up a lot of things, and so making sure that we reach out to those people we know are lonely, and also reframing, like you said, how we show love. I organized the closet for my husband on Valentine's Day.
It's an act of service. That's what speaks love.
So read that book.
It's some good stuff. And those change over time too, which is really interesting how things shift. Shantala, great advice for us today. And if you, as Shantala was saying, are not struggling right now, but maybe know that friend or family member, let's show them some love by reaching out to them today. Good stuff.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you. Good to see you too.